This is Eric Kudla, the AMA off-road racing manager, and came out to Indiana to race. Is this round 4? Six. Round 6 already of the full gas Sprint Enduro series. This is actually a relatively new series. I think you're in your 3rd year.
No, second full year. Yep.
3 years ago, you did the single one off,
right.
And it was so popular, and people wanted it. I remember I was watching online from the West Coast.
Yeah, that's cool.
People wanted it, and so you're like, oh, I'll just do a 4-race series, a 5-race last year.
Yeah, 5 races.
And then this year you came out with 9, 8. I don't know what it is. It's all right. I'm racing every weekend.
You're new to this.
New guy.
Okay. It's all right.
I've been racing every single weekend. So I came out to check it out, see what you had going on, and being on the West Coast, I've raced pretty much every format that there really is. The 24-hour team races, Baja, Hare and Hound, Enduro, Hare Scrambles, night races, and everything. But I've never done a sprint, so it was really cool to get out here. So tell me real quick, like where you kind of got the inspiration to do it.
Well, I went to the 6 days, I think it was 2012, the video, and I was hanging out with Jonty Edmonds there, and he ran the British Sprint Enduro Championship. Yeah. So we talked a lot about that, and there was like the whole special test format racing was so new to me because I'd only ever been to like our national enduros, and you go there and it's like these are 2 different worlds, and it's just like I was like pretty impressed with all of it, the snakes and the crash jackets. It's so cool. So I talked with Jonty, he's like, yeah, well, you can do this kind of format and just strip out all of the transfers and the work periods and stuff, make it super simple for people, super fun for them to do. We talked about it in 2012 and 2013, and I finally was like, all right, I'm pulling the trigger, we're going to do one, and just see if in 2014 season
it happened. And we my club, BCMC, did a qualifier format, which is basically the same thing, but with transfers.
Right, yeah, the real
And
deal.
so one of the last ones we did, I think it was the year that you 14 started.
Yep.
And that same year we did one, and it was a small little transfer to all the tests, kind of like this, and people loved it.
Yeah.
And so we were kind of trying to do the same thing out there, just never materialized. But you, I know, and I've said this to a couple different people, you're the kind of person that does it, kind of thing. And I mean, look at it, you're out here, you're doing it, and it's awesome. I mean, it's a lot of, and I know it's a lot of work to make this happen, and especially doing it from nothing. And kind of coming from, and I know you had a bunch of pushback. It definitely wasn't a little
easy,
political.
Sure. Yeah, it happens.
Which is that's what happens. But I know that this year it's been a lot better. Now you're part of the AMA, which is awesome. So yeah, we were out there. So what is your favorite part about doing this kind of racing?
Really, I'm kind of a visual person, so I like Friday afternoon when everything's done and you just look at it, and then all that work that you've been doing all week, that just killing yourself. You put on races, you do all this work, and then in the middle of all of it, it looks like nothing, right? And you're like, all right, and then when it all comes together and it looks really cool, and then just waiting when people are walking the test, and you're like, dude, that's gonna be sick.
Yeah.
And after the looking at it and just seeing it all come together into something pretty cool, and then hearing feedback, obviously there's always somebody that has a critique or complaint or whatever like that, but overwhelmingly our feedback's been positive, and that's what makes me want to keep doing it.
Exactly.
If everybody hated us, probably.
Well, and that's one of the things I was going to say was everywhere that I've gone, National Enduro, Hare and Hound, everybody that has done one says they love it. I was talking to you earlier, that the waiting is a little long, but I mean, it is what it is. 10 minutes or 15, 20 minutes. I mean, it's kind of the same difference, kind of.
Yeah.
And ultimately, it's just that's the flow of it. That's how it works. I mean, and you get used to it, and that's the way it is. And when I was out there racing, it was actually, as soon as I was was like, oh man, I'm getting kind of tired. Oh, there's the finish.
Right.
Heck yeah. So you're able to do it. And when I put on races, I'm the same way. I love seeing how it looks like when it all comes together. But even my favorite part is taking it all down and seeing the trail that developed from it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah,
you've got a big wide berm on your course, and then you see where they actually end up going.
They all go in one place. Yeah, that's what's funny. You do a lot of the layout work, and you're pretty sure they're going to come here. Then you come back later, and now they're
way wide, or they did something else. Yeah, exactly. So, do you have any plans for the future? Right now, it's a featured, or not a featured series. It's a regional championship, and I know you're working towards bigger things. But do you have any plans for the future, or just kind of keep plugging along and refining what you got going on?
Yeah, I mean, I have some things that I would like to do. As part of the series, I want to keep expanding, maybe add a round or 2 for next year, try and get some places that we haven't been able to make it to. Maybe do some one-off rounds, go places that would be too far to for the series, but if we can find a good weekend in some place, further west or north or something. So those are the things, I know there's some other stuff I know that you and I talked about. I don't know if it's not to be public knowledge or not, but just so I think we want to keep growing, but like at a rate that's reasonable, so. Yeah, just keep plugging away, just keep refining it, but it's only our second full year, so I think every round we learn something and we try and make a change, to make it better and make the experience better for the rider. So it's hard, like when you're kind of, like even like, so they do sprint enduros in Australia, we're doing sprint enduros in England, but they don't do it exactly like this.
Yeah.
Like they would all, like both of those would run one special test, it'd be like a combination.
Yeah. And
so then the wait time would be even longer. So like there is no like handbook to like how to do this, so we're kind of making it up as we go. So that's kind of thing. We just keep refining it. I think the weight is one of the things that it's about the common denominator. When someone has something, it'd be cool if it wasn't so long. So we're looking at ideas like maybe adding a third special test, like an extreme test, like they do at the World Enduros, or even adding some sort of like not like transfer, but not a transfer, that
something that you're doing
right.
In that 30 minutes.
So like in that 30 minutes, you've got 30 minutes, but you need to ride this trail that's going to take 10 or 12 or 15 or whatever. And so we're toying with all sorts of ideas like that, and maybe we'll break some of those out at the last round of the year and just see how it goes.
That'll be awesome. So anyways, we're out here, so if you're on the East Coast, where are you based out of?
I'm based out of North Carolina, Hickory, North Carolina.
So this is your furthest round, right?
Yeah, for us it's pretty far for us.
And you're going to be at Bike Week next week or next year again.
Yeah,
right?
I hope so.
FTR. I was talking to those guys, and they actually said, we hope we have back, because that was a lot of fun.
It's all just about the scheduling. So as long as the scheduling works out, we had a really good turnout down there, and everybody kind of loved it. There's other racing going on down there that week, but our format's a great tune-up for other stuff. So so like you can, it's a 2-day event, and you feel like you did something afterwards, but you're not so shocked that you couldn't go do another race.
Yeah, you don't have like I have blisters from a couple weekends ago, but it doesn't hurt right now, because it was just about enough time to, like I said, to get done, and then you get to rest a little bit. So anyways, if you're down in the southeast, but mostly East Coast, check out sprintenduro.com. Jason Hooper kind of started this from scratch. I mean, and I mean, did you used to race or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up racing motocross, and then I started doing some off-road stuff, but it's hard. Like, I got a job working for Racer X when I graduated college, and then, industry jobs don't leave too much time for riding. So.
Well, especially if you're videoing the races, you can't race the races.
So I still try and ride. I raced a few tests at the last round when things calmed down enough that I could get out there, so I try and rip it up a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Well, which is always great to have somebody that also rides being in charge of
I mean, if I didn't ride, I would think it'd be hard to. It is a little tough sometimes, like, because you see something that'd be like so good, and you're like, but there's like 5,000 fires I need to put out, so like, and then the whole day's over, and I'm like, I never got to ride. But it's all right. It's cool to watch.
But yeah, check out sprintenduro.com. That's an AMA regional championship, full gas sprint enduro. Sponsored by Kenda.
Yes.
And it's a great series. It's a lot of fun. This was my first one, and I had a blast out here, so make sure to check it out.